What? What's it called?
Crank yankers. They're puppets, but
Like pervy puppets or something?
yes.
Oh god.
Used to come on late at night.
God.
Hello, everybody. This is Uncontrolled Gamers Podcast number 8.
Yep. What up, guys? So before we jump into the articles and the discussion and all that kind of good shit, we needed to talk about, as you can see there, we have new people here. So Akasha is off to my, right. We have Poke Artist, as our guest down below. And then Robot Zapper in the, bottom right corner. As you can see, basically our main two hosts are not here this evening. On Fire actually had some stuff, last minute stuff he had to go take care of, so he wasn't able to be with us this evening. But he will be returning. As for Sam, he probably won't be making... Basically, he's not going to be a host anymore. And this isn't, like, bad juju between us or anything like that.
Using my word.
Yeah. No, he literally got a job, basically, and in his job, makes him work nights at this time, so he's not able to, be with us anymore. He may get a day off every once in a while where he can join in the podcast, and we would love to have him there. But as of right now, we probably won't see Sam in the podcast anymore. He will still be helping out with the podcast. Basically, he's going to be gathering all of our majority of our gaming articles that we talk about, because that's his job, and that's what he's been doing since, we started the podcast. But yeah, I just thought I'd let you guys know that, Sam isn't going to be here anymore. On Fire will be back. And we are going to start keeping it down to probably a 4 to 5 people minimum on the podcast at a time, just for the fact that we don't want it to get too hectic, because we've noticed that when we do get a lot of people in here, you can't really hear each other, and like people talk over each other, which, isn't necessarily a bad thing, but just too many people at once makes it really chaotic, and gives me a headache, basically. So we're just going to minimize it to probably 4 to 5 people at a time. More than likely 5 to 6, actually, now that I think about it, because there's 3 hosts, me, Akasha, and On Fire, and then we might have a guest or two that, come and join us. But yeah, I just figured I'd let you guys know those are updates for the podcast. And yeah, so, does everybody have the article that I requested to have pulled up from SourceFed pulled up?
Yep.
Alright, so everyone in the chat, I just posted the article that we are looking at right now. This is a article that was posted on SourceFed that I found through a big YouTuber named Philip DeFranco. Basically, and of course viewer discretion is advised, because this article I'll give a general gist of the article before we jump into it. But basically, Tallahassee here in the United States. Where's Tallahassee actually, Akasha?
What?
Do you know where Tallahassee is? Like what state it's in?
No.
Okay, well, never mind then. Basically, one of our state's police officers decided he was going to tase a 62-year-old woman, basically for nothing. It can be argued that she resisted arrest, but she really didn't deserve to be arrested in the first place.
Florida.
Is it in Florida?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it is Florida, because I remember him saying that. The things, he's like, 2 of my favorite WTF things. Florida and police brutality. I remember that. I don't know why I didn't think about that before. But yeah, basically he went over and reached, this woman was just walking down the street, and apparently she was talking to the cops, because apparently the cops were arresting people, young people, 20, around their 20s and stuff like that, and, was telling them to get out of the street, and apparently they weren't doing that, and so they arrested them, and apparently the 62-year-old, came on the scene and was like, hey, why are you arresting some kids for walking down the street? Like, there isn't any sidewalks. Where the fuck do you want them to walk? And apparently the cop basically, like, lunged at her, grabbed her by her arm, and, of course, it's an instinct, if someone reaches out and grabs you, you're gonna fucking, like, kind of jerk away, like, what the fuck, dude? And, yeah, apparently because she did that, she deserved to be tased, At least, I guess that's what they're saying. So, if everybody's ready, we're going to be playing the video. And as I said, I posted it in the chat for you guys to, go ahead and check out if you guys are watching this live. And once it goes up on YouTube, there will be a video in between everybody, so you guys can watch it with us. So, 3, 2, 1, go. And, of course, And of course, someone caught it all on camera. And you can clearly see there's no fucking,
They
like,
did all this right here.
there's no,
What they gonna do?
there's no,
They can't do
sidewalks.
shit to me.
Which
They
might be
walking down the street. This man did all this, slamming people.
Which might be what?
Slamming this
a
girl.
good thing that it wasn't a sidewalk.
All this fuckery, cause he walking in the street. Now
For her to fall on.
street now. It's a motherfucking pedestrian ass street.
So I think,
Lost.
I don't know when exactly it starts. I didn't realize the video was this long. Everybody skip to about 2 minutes.
Okay.
So as you can see, he's yelling at someone in the back of the car, as well as someone on the street saying, if you come over near the car, we're going to put you in the back of the car. Alright? Yep.
Oh.
Damn. And she's down.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so, like, literally, as you guys, you guys can pause it now, that was basically what
Oh,
I
I
wanted
thought she
you
was
to
gonna
see.
fall in the grass. I didn't know she was gonna fall in the middle of the
No,
street.
and it's not even like she fell, like, on, like her back. She fell straight face first onto the fucking concrete. Because when you get shot with a taser, you tense up and just collapse. So, I don't know if she had any bodily injuries or anything like that, but you could break your fucking face, basically, from falling like that. Yeah, there is. It doesn't say, the article doesn't say anything whether or not she was actually she had any injuries or anything like that. But yeah, so basically she pulled away from the officer, which, yes, I can understand how it can necessarily be something that's kind of not a good thing to do, but I don't think that deserves a tasing either. I think that's pretty fucked up. So, how do you guys feel about it? Like, 'cause this is becoming more and more apparent that police brutality, I mean, it's always been around, I'm not saying it's like a new thing, but it's becoming a lot more aware of, at least,
From what I saw, he told her, it kind of looked like she was talking smack.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, if there's an incident happening and you're just getting nosy and coming closer and closer and you're provoking him when he's trying to sort something out, then, it's kind of understandable, but at the same time, it's out of order that he
I
just
think they
ran
probably
right up
should
to
have
her.
since she's older, they probably could have went about it a different way since she didn't have any weapons, but sometimes that happens when you're nosy, trying to come up, and then you want to talk smack, and
from what she says, at least from what the article says, basically all she was saying was, why are you arresting these young kids for walking down the middle of the street when there's literally no fucking sidewalks for them to walk on? She's not, at least, that's what the article says that, she had said. So, I don't necessarily know if she was necessarily talking shit or anything like that.
The thing is, when police are they're doing stuff like that, especially when they're stopping people, whatever, I don't think anybody, for that matter, should even say anything because they're already on high alert with, whatever they're doing.
Yeah, well, I do agree with that, and forgive me if anybody is in the chat and I'm not responding to you. The chat is frozen for some fucking reason because Twitch hates us. It seems like every time we do our podcast, Twitch decides that I'm not gonna work. So yeah, give me 1 second here, guys. But yeah, I do agree. She went about it the wrong way, but to blatantly just get tased, like it's not like he tried to restrain her or anything like that. He grabbed her on the arm, she pulled away, she turned around, was walking away, wasn't lunging at him, and shot her in the back with a fucking taser gun. And I'm just like, really, is that necessary, sir? No.
Yeah, it's not necessary, but especially if they go out to grab your arm, I think. I mean, I know it's usually the reaction you would do if somebody grabs you, but
You shouldn't try to resist.
no. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
It looks
she ended up getting put in jail for resisting arrest.
Yeah, it looks like in that thumbnail picture there's two police behind her. So obviously when she fell, at least one of them could have like ran up and caught her because they look like in harm's way. They could have.
Oh yeah, they
Could've
100%
followed
could have caught him, like
Yeah,
caught her and
like
the guy
the guy tased her, but there was like two cops behind her, so they could have like, to make sure she didn't just fall flat on her face on concrete.
Yeah, because that's a little bit painful. Akasha, do you have the chat pulled up? Because apparently I can't get on Twitch for some fucking reason.
There's nobody saying anything at the moment.
Alright, well, just making sure. Because the shockwave flash is acting retarded just like it did last week. I don't know why it's been doing this.
Sometimes it conflicts because if you use Google Chrome, it has its own flash.
Which is shockwave, I think.
Yeah, and then you also have the flash that's installed on the computer. So what I usually do, I disable the one in Google and just use the main one.
Well, it doesn't ever happen unless we do the podcast. It's just like,
Uh-huh.
why? Alright, so do we want to talk about, threesome fucked up news, I guess?
Can we talk about the t-shirts first so I can,
Oh, yeah, she... So, the only reason she's face cam right now, as you guys can probably tell by her voice, she's sick right now, so that's why she doesn't want to be on face cam. She wants to be able to wipe her nose and all that and not feel weird, I guess. The only reason she's on face cam is because, like, okay, this was by no means coordinated at all, but we just kind of happened to be wearing the same shirt, Yep. Yeah, there we go. No idea, like, it was just weird, like... We were basically we hopped on Skype earlier and was like sitting there talking and she's like what the fuck, she's over there freaking out and shit because apparently she didn't realize that we were wearing the same shirt. It's kind of stupid, but we thought it was funny. So you can go ahead and turn yours off if you want, and I'll go ahead and readjust everything really quickly. Alright, bam. So, we forgot to tell everybody's week goes. Oops. How's everybody's week, man? A little bit late, but whatever.
Terrible.
Why is that, sir?
I broke my arm.
You think? You're not 100% sure, and you should be going to the hospital rather than being here. But he's a kid. Doesn't listen very well. So what about you, Pokey Artist?
I'm alright, yeah. A bit tired, but there's things where you do for the community.
Woo! Yeah, I know. Like, you've been binge watching all the content for like the last week and a half.
Yes, I am still on it. I'm still halfway through. So just I'm slowly going through it. There's a lot of Republic Commando to watch.
Oh yeah, I've been picking one person a day and trying to go through the list.
Yep. What about you, Akasha?
Besides doing what Pokey's doing, going through the list, picking a playlist and watching stuff, and then uploading the UHC stuff we did Saturday.
Was it Saturday?
Yes.
Yeah, it was Saturday because I had to walk to the store. Fucking bullshit.
And now I think I got a ear infection.
Yeah. Yeah, today's not been very hot for everybody. For me, it's been good. I woke up fucking late as shit today. I don't know why, but I woke up at 1:30 and was like, I went to bed at 10. Why am I just waking up now? I don't understand this. And then
I had that same problem last night.
Because I there's a lot of stuff I need to get done. Whether it be for the community or for myself. And it's just I can't do it. If I wake up at 1:30, I've already got to start getting other stuff ready. I've already got stuff I got to make sure is done for the community. And then starting my stream at 4, and then especially today, because seeing this is supposed to be my busiest day because of having the podcast, I've got to then get everybody ready, make sure we know who's going to be in the podcast, all that kind of good shit, and then start that. And I was like, so that's awesome. I woke up at 1. I also found out that I won't be able to stream PS2 games Because my PC can't handle it, apparently. And it's kind of sad because this is the first thing that my PC has been like, yeah, I'm not going to do what you want me to. Like, ever since I built this damn thing, I've thrown, like, games at, like, I've thrown Skyrim at it at the highest settings on Skyrim, and I was able to stream that, and it had no issue, you know? But I tried to emulate PS2, and it's like, no, go fuck yourself. I was like, alright, my bad, I'm sorry. So, I'm no longer going to be streaming Kingdom Hearts on my channel, or, yeah, on my Twitch channel. I'm going to have to redo a poll I actually put up as well, because I had another PS2 game, which was God of War, on there, so, yeah.
We did play a lot of Dead Island Saturday night, though.
Yes,
so
we did.
3 in the morning?
Yeah, it was like, I think it was like 2.5 hours long. We just sit here and streamed on the community channel Dead Island. I don't think anybody came out, but it was okay because we were. We
did
like,
side missions.
Yeah, we did. She did a shit ton. It was like 30 side missions we did in 2.5 hours. So that was pretty cool. I enjoyed playing with Akasha. Yup.
Sounded bad.
It's because you're a perv. So yeah, I mean that's basically what I've been up to. Also, I want to I guess through the podcast I want to thank Nico. Because he finished our, what's it called? Our banner. And it is up. It is amazing. And he actually, his video of him, you know, doing the speed art is actually live on his channel. And I think I will be getting the footage to put on our channel as well. So yeah, I will be putting a link to that in the description for you guys to definitely go check out. And tell him thank you, because he's amazing.
Amazing.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's about it. So let's go ahead and move into the articles. Do we want to, like I said, do we want to talk about, do we want to talk about, salty coffee?
Salty coffee.
Principal banning, homecoming dance?
Oh, yes.
Or, fucked up threesome?
Oh.
I do the homecoming dance.
Yeah, let's hear about the homecoming dance. We're
That's
just
like
talking about
legit
that kind of
happening.
stuff.
Let's go take a look. Yeah, let's take a look at that one.
Alright, so, basically, a principal, she canceled the homecoming dance because she didn't want her kids, you know, the students, to be twerking and shit. Because, you know, that's not okay. You know, regardless of, you know, ooh, freedom of speech, fuck off, okay? You know, you shouldn't be doing sexualized dancing in a school environment. That's just not okay. And that,
Yeah.
I think that's kind of, you know, worldly known not to be okay. So, yeah, she's like, over the past couple years, since Miley Cyrus took the stage twerking at the 2013 MTV Video Music Awards, our students' dancing behavior has crossed the line of what we condone as appropriate behavior at a school. Twerking is a dance to popular music in sexual provocative manner involving lower squatting stance, thrusting movements. Students do not face each other or remain with the same person for the length of the song. So yeah, I mean, I completely agree with it, you know. I mean, it sucks that it has to come down to that kind of a thing, you know, that you have to literally cancel the dance because, you know, students refuse to not fucking be whores, I guess. Like, I don't know, I guess
Act like one.
Huh?
Act like one.
Yeah, well, at least acting like them. It's just like, it doesn't, it pisses me off. Like, a lot of the stuff that my generation does in the generation before me, or I guess after me, fucking bothers me. It really does. Look at a lot of the stupid decisions that we do, you know, like, I guess what is cool right now pisses me off, like, a lot. Like, what is hip bothers the living fucking shit out of it. Like, it makes me angry. Like, I'm getting mad because it pisses me off a lot of the, and I guess this may not be the same for overseas, but here in America, here in the US, a lot of the shit that kids my age are doing and thinking that is the cool thing to do makes me want to strangle them. Like,
oh no, it's same over here. It's,
oh well, I don't know. I mean,
it's technology, teen pregnancies. It's all the same.
Okay. Well, I don't know. It's just, I guess it's because a lot of the influence or a lot of the things that American kids are doing nowadays is because of American influence, you know, from pop culture and stuff like that through, you know.
Yeah, it reflects over here. It
It
reflects
does?
over here as well. Yeah, well, everyone sees the same videos and the same things on the internet. You know, it might not be to the same extent, but we still get that over here.
Yeah, well, that mess is banned in my household.
So I guess since you're the only one in the call that is actually a parent,
Mhm.
give us your view on a lot of the shit that you see through, you know, my generation. I guess.
Over sexualization. You know, I remember when Degrassi High was like kind of like a teen learn something show,
Mm-hmm.
and now I was flipping channels and the commercial for Degrassi High was on, and I had to hurry to turn the channel because my daughter was in the room because they showed kids making out and doing this and that and all kinds of crazy mess. I'm like, but this ain't the Degrassi High I grew up with. Just and plus, you know, I don't let my daughter watch certain music channels like BET. I don't have to worry about MTV too much because they don't show videos anymore, really, music videos. But the stuff they have on TV now, 16 and pregnant and all that other mess,
He's just
No,
like,
Well then.
hell to the no.
no. So no, she's not allowed to watch. Like a lot of stuff in my house is locked. She has to ask permission.
Well, I mean, I guess, I mean, your daughter is still, you know, under, you know.
She's 11. But
Yeah.
see,
I wouldn't
like
finna say
I
it,
told
you know,
like I told you today, you know, she went to school. I let her wear her hair down, and these little funky little heifers at school calling her names, talking about bitch and you look like a hoe, and what kind of shit is that?
Yeah, it's kind of depressing that the kids our age are you know, stating stuff like that. It's pretty.
And then you
fucking
got
bad.
in school, some 5-year-old or whatever was given freaking blowjobs
What?
What?
in a
What?
school, not here,
What?
but somewhere.
What?
What is this?
5-year-old?
What the fuck is
She
that?
had to see it from
What?
somewhere.
No, wait,
Not
hold
a
on. You can't just skip
5-year-old.
past like that. Ain't shit. What?
I'm telling you,
You got an article to support this?
I'm
Please
finna
tell
get
me you got an
find
article.
it's crazy.
What?
Yes.
Holy
Yeah, that's as bad as
A
that's as
5-year-old?
bad as some of that happened over here a month or two ago. We had our youngest teen pregnancy. The father was 11 at the time.
God damn it.
Wow.
God.
It was
And that was it. That was okay.
2013. Let's see.
Oh, you're looking up an article right now?
Yes.
This is terrible. But I guess back to the article. I mean, at least for me. I mean, I understand where the
Okay, it says a preschool is shutting down after allegations of sexual activity between students were reported. Says a 4-year-old, his 4-year-old son received oral sex from a 5-year-old girl several times as a student.
Honestly, I don't know if it's just me, but I don't even think I could get a hard at fucking 5. or
Well, I
4.
mean, little boys' pee get hard. They get hard. Yes. They
That's
do.
what I'm saying. I don't ever remember getting hard at that age. Like,
Well, of course you
I don't think I could get it up at that age. Maybe I was a late bloomer, or I don't know. I mean, like,
No, you did. You just didn't know it. Of course, you didn't know what it was.
but I mean, okay, so like I guess it is based case by case basis. But can you? I guess I'm asking you as a mother, because you probably know more than us other guys on the call. Can a man produce, you know, fucking sperm at that
Not
age?
to a certain age. No, they can, but they can feel. They can feel. They
But
can
that's
feel
that
nice.
age. Okay, I don't know.
According to doctors, a child can feel. It can feel nice in that area,
Oh
even
my
if you're
God.
too young to. But if you're too young to know even what that is, it can make you act out.
Oh yeah, it'll make you. That shit changes your life.
Yeah.
First
and,
time you get head, that changes your
says-
life.
And I believe one of the little boys was.
Well then.
He liked the feeling so much that he was seeking it.
Damn. At 5 years old, though, what the fuck? Holy
It went down in the
shit.
classroom, it went down in the bathroom, and it went down on the playground. Now tell me,
God
preschool
damn,
kids,
that is
people-
fucking terrible. I honestly wasn't expecting that. Like that's a surprise. Like she hasn't told me nothing about that. Holy shit.
they wouldn't being monitored if they doing all this. I
Mm-mm.
mean, and
Mm-mm.
this girl's parents What are you doing in front of your child? Now I know every now and again, a child might come knocking on the door, open the door while you doing the boom boom,
Mm-hmm.
but that's crazy.
That is crazy. I mean, I guess
Screwed up generations.
Robot. Seeing that you're the only one that's in a high school or middle school.
Homecoming.
Like,
Yes.
how do you see it? Because you are in that environment.
Well, at our high school, people like you gotta pay for a ticket. It's like $10 for a homecoming ticket, and if you dance inappropriately or like air hump each other or twerk or any of that, you'll be asked to leave and you won't get like refunded. So it's basically a waste of $10. So they expect you to know better than just do that in public.
Okay,
So,
but what about like a lot
not
of
really a
the
problem.
stuff? Like, is like, okay, so maybe it just, I'm asking, I guess, at your high school, like, is it like a very like big issue, like that kids are doing this kind of stuff? Considering I just graduated a couple years ago, but still a lot of shit has changed in the last 2 years. Gotta love that cricket.
Yeah.
So you had like
Sorry.
what's like, what do you notice at your high school that's like that's kind of related to this? Like, is there kids like doing weird shit in the hallways and stuff like that, like inappropriate stuff? Or I'm not saying names or nothing like that, of course. This isn't like an interrogation. I need to know who was sucking dick. Like, I don't care, but it's just like, is this something that you see that's an issue? I guess.
Nope. Not at all.
Oh well, I don't know,
Or at
man.
least that I know of.
Well, I mean, maybe you're just so like, just don't pay attention to it, I guess. Because when I was in high school, which I say that as if like I'm like 30 or some shit, but like there was, and I can't say anything because I was a part of some of it. Like it got sometimes it got pretty intense. Like, I had exes in the past that we would be just chilling in the hall, like making out, and it got to the point where it's like, all right, if we don't stop, I'm finna pull my pants down and fuck you right here. Like,
No, oh my God.
yeah, like it would get to the
Wait.
point. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, okay, I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of it. I'm a little man whore. I'm all good with it, but it's just, I don't think it ever got to the point. Like, we wouldn't do it like straight up in the hall, like posted up right outside the classroom or nothing like that. We would go like I'm trying to like map out the school in my head, like where the band rooms were at and stuff like that. They had like little like storage rooms that basically had like a good 2 feet in, and then there was the actual door, like concrete in. So like kids would go in there and they'd make out and do all that kind of stuff. But I mean, it was never as bad as like straight up in front of like a classroom or anything like that. For the most part, there were sometimes that there was people who were doing that like in front of everybody, but majority of the time that was because they were high. Yeah, because they were fucking tripping on some ecstasy. Because there was kids at our school. Yeah, there was kids at our school that were popping ecstasy, weekly. I actually had one instance which was really weird, and I still talk to her now. Actually, her boyfriend gave her ecstasy, and her boyfriend had graduated a couple years before that. And she was like tripping out, going through the halls and shit like that. And she just like walked up to me and like started licking my neck, and I was like, "This is weird. This is weird. I don't know how to feel right now. Like, that's not okay."
Do you have to make that voice though?
What?
The voice you made when you said that.
What? I don't think I used the voice. I just said it.
Okay. Well,
But-
when I was in school, the most they ever did, it wasn't no damn ecstasy. It was like maybe some weed around the corner, maybe a cigarette. Now they doing ecstasy and every damn thing, Molly's and whatever else they doing.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible. Basically, I guess we didn't even really talk about the article that much. Basically, our generation sucks ass. Like, and I mean, okay, there were definitely a lot of things that were bad with previous generations and stuff like that. It just,
It's getting worse.
it's I do feel it getting worse, and I may blame this. I guess I'm just kind of playing the blame game. It's not necessarily just the child's fault. Just the
Exactly.
it's kind of blame it on the fucking parenting of the
Oh, yeah.
generation, because like a lot of parents, at least in the U.S., like especially since child abuse is such a big issue, You know, even spanking your kids is almost considered child abuse. You know, here in the U.S. for a lot of places, and it's fucking sad. You know, because I mean, you know, I was one of those little badass kids that Kasha wouldn't have wanted her kid to hang out with. You know, I wasn't, you know, getting
I
high or
would've whooped
nothing
your
at that
ass
age.
myself.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
See,
saying.
back
Like,
in my day, the neighbor could whoop your ass. And neighbors catch you doing something, you get your ass whooped twice. Once from the neighbor, you get home, they done called your mama or your daddy on the phone. Okay, I'm gonna whoop your ass for acting up in public.
yeah. And I mean, like, you know, like my mom, you know, she used to like raise her hand to me, like she was gonna, you know, spank me or something like that, and you know, I used to threaten, I'm gonna call child services, and that's complete fucking bullshit. And I apologize for that. You know, I told her that I'm sorry for being a little douchebag, but you know, I kind of wish she wouldn't have, you know, I guess let that go on. I wish she would have whooped my ass, basically, you know? Like, because I know if she had whooped my ass, you know, I probably wouldn't have acted like
You know
that.
what? I told mine, go ahead and call and see how it is over there in the was the foster home or whatever. And see
Oh,
how
yeah,
that
it's
go
fucking
for you.
terrible. I've been in foster care. It's not a good place to be. I mean, luckily I got placed with a great, you know, great family, but I know how other foster families are, and it's fucking terrible. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess it's just the whole, you know, parents don't fucking discipline their children anymore. Like, I actually had a friend of mine who was actually okay, so it's kind of confusing. So she was with a friend of mine, you know, and in high school she ended up getting pregnant, and you know now they're not together, but you know all is good. You know he's taking care of the kids still. But we had like a 45-minute conversation about like I was actually proud of her, you know, because you know even though she knows she fucked up by having this kid so early. You know, he's a year and a half now, and she's barely just starting, you know, going to college, which I guess isn't necessarily that abnormal. But she knows that it necessarily wasn't the best idea. You know, she should have waited until, you know, she had a substantial income to take care of a child. But you know, I was like, well, at least you know you're doing it right. You're not fucking, you know. You're not out trying to go party or anything like that. You're trying to get your ass in school. You're working, and it's, I don't know. I was really happy, and I was like, this is great, you know, that you give me hope in our generation, you know, like, you're what makes our generation less shitty.
Yeah, I had my daughter at a young age at 15, and I wouldn't let nobody watch. I said, y'all not gonna sit there and say that I didn't take care of my child, and I was already dropping off somewhere else. At the school I went to had a daycare. So I went to school with her. I came home. I didn't go anywhere. If I went somewhere, she went with me. And then people used to get upset. Well, I'll watch your, you know, it's your birthday. Nope, that's okay. Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's just, I
I don't even let people watch my kids now.
Mhm.
Relatives not. There's only 2 people I let watch them, and that's every now and again. I don't make it a habit.
Yeah, well, because it's, I don't know, it just, parenting now is complete fucking dog shit. Like I always think of like Steve Harvey when I think of parenting, which is an American comedian. If for everybody who may not know who he is, I was watching a video of his yesterday, and he was talking about basically the kid was like just out of control, and she's like, you know, or no, basically that's a different story. So the story that I'm thinking about now is he was or the mom is like is not messy, or she is messy, and the daughter's like a neat freak, which is weird, you know. So basically her room is a hot fucking mess, and you know her daughter's room is all pristine and you know organized and clean and everything like that. Well, her daughter, you know, gets off telling her mama, you know, you need to clean up, you need to quit being messy, stuff like this, you know, talking back to her mom. And Steve Harvey, you know, right as she starts to explain this, he's just looked down and he's like, tell her, like, you know, the old sayings, you know, I'm gonna knock your ass into next week, you know, I brought you into this world, I could take you out, kind of stuff like that, you know. And I'm just like, I feel that is good parenting, because, you know, a lot of, well, I guess we just need to find the happy medium, because a lot of parents, like, they're either too lenient with their children, or they're way too strict with their children, and I wish people could find a happy medium where, you know, you did discipline your fucking child, but you're not, you know, a drill sergeant at the same time.
Well, these days, like, I don't let Colin and Kyle go over people's house and play, because I don't know what's going on over there.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't allow, like, I'll watch them play outside, and usually you could tell within 5 minutes if you want your child to play with that child that's outside.
Oh yeah, of course.
And that's not even count. I don't know about going over nobody's house. If you going over their house, I'm going over there too.
Yeah.
Because you don't know whose parents have a gun, whose parents are doing drugs behind closed doors, and they might find some. And here, you want to try to take some of this or bite it or what?
Mm-mm.
So I don't trust nobody's house.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible. So I guess we should move on, because
Yes.
if we don't, we're gonna sit here for like another 45 minutes. All right. So do we want to talk about fucked up threesome or salty coffee?
Let's go with the threesome.
He's like, I know what the salty coffee is. I don't want to talk about it.
I don't know what that is either, so.
Oh, okay.
You know.
No, now.
All right. So a man stabs his roommate for being too loud during a threesome.
Hater.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. So basically, a guy in Texas actually.
Yeah.
Antonio. Basically, his friend, which we don't know, who he is now, at least as of reading the article, it doesn't say who his roommate was. Basically, for his 35th birthday, was having a threesome at the house, and he was getting busy in the other room, and Antonio was like, hey, can you keep it down? And basically the dude's like, hey, if you don't want to hear it, get the fuck out. Go leave, go somewhere. And then, he's like, oh, okay, that's cool. I'll go on ahead and go to the kitchen, grab a knife, and stab the shit out of you.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. He landed up in the hospital with wounds to his head, his back, and his arms. The women weren't, actually harmed in any manner, but yeah, the man suffered non-life-threatening issues, but suffered injuries to his head, his arms, and his back. Because the guy was like, fuck you, I'm not getting any pussy, so you're gonna die. I don't know. It's
He's being charged with burglary, and he's actually he's a roommate.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So,
it's
he's committing it in his own house apparently, and he's still charged with that.
well, because it's burglary with intent to commit a felony force. So basically, what he's saying is like you burglarized. If that's a fucking word, I don't know.
Just make some words up.
The person's room, basically, even though it's still the same household, he's going in forcibly. Going into someone else's, domain or someone's, Zen zone or whatever, and stabbing the shit out of him. Yeah, I said Zen zone. That's the first thing that popped into my head. But yeah, I mean, how would you feel if your roommate was getting busy with, some chicks or vice versa, your girl roommate?
Or listen, hey, I'll make a phone call. Hey, white boy, come listen to this shit.
Okay, well, we know Gosh stands on it.
I think the shit's funny.
So what about you, Pokey? Like, how would you
I
react if you?
I think I'd expect some standards. Like, if someone was gonna get busy, I'd just leave the house. I'd just let them to it.
Okay, so what if he didn't inform you that he was going to be fucking two other women, and then just kind of like?
I'd just leave. There's no need to like just get provoked by it and just get
Turn
annoyed
up
by
the
it.
stereo, turn up the radio, something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just start playing some music or
Hey, put your headphones on, play a game or two. I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah,
or just
I don't think I would go that far either as to stab somebody. I mean,
No.
I'd be like, honestly, like, okay, so I mean, they're like for me, I can't believe that this is like the only thing that's happened. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Like, I'm thinking that there had to have been something else that provoked this.
Maybe he
Prior
was
to
tired
it.
and he was sleepy and he'd been working doubles all week or something.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, there has to be some prior kind of,
could be just
conflict
jealous.
between. Yeah, jealousy too is another thing. He's pissed off because this dude's fucking two women and he ain't getting nothing. That definitely could be
all
it.
them things piled up into one.
It could be. It really could be. And
I heard backed up junk can affect y'all's brains. That's what I heard.
I don't think so. I mean, I've never had an issue, with that. What about you, Robot?
Oh my god.
No, just no.
Just no. Okay.
Yeah, just no.
Just moving
Too
on.
young.
Yeah.
Leave
Yeah,
the
it-
house.
I don't know. It's just I don't think.
He's got personal issues.
Yeah, like I don't think I could go that far though.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I had to sneeze. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move into salty coffee.
I know what I know what it sounds like.
I
It's
don't
probably what
even want to know.
it probably is what it sounds like.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
Where's that one?
let's move on.
Delicious
I'm already
ocean
feeling
water.
ill as
What
it
what's
is.
the where's the salty what was it? Salty
It's on Huffington Post.
I don't even want to see. I'm already feeling ill.
Oh no, it doesn't show any pictures. Only shows a picture of a coffee cup.
It
That's
doesn't need to. Just the visual in my brain, in the gardens of my mind. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, a man, a 35-year-old man, decided, you know, he had affection towards one of his coworkers, and he decided, you know, I'm gonna show her that I, you know, love her or I have feelings towards her by busting a nut in her coffee.
La 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 la.
You want milk with that coffee?
Ah. Yeah.
Say
okay.
what? What did you say?
Said you want milk with that coffee?
Yeah, basically that's what he was doing. Like, he was like basically jerking off in her coffee for months, apparently. And on her desk, you know, times as well. It's fucking terrible. I just don't like. This article makes me just like, why? That is not the way to get a woman. You don't bust a nut in her coffee, dude. Like,
There's just some screwed up individuals out there.
That's some voodoo shit right there. Give you a piece of yourself.
yeah.
He'll be like, I'm inside you now. In more ways than one.
Forever and ever.
But basically, and it almost pisses me off because of how stupid she is. Basically, she noticed that there was something up with her coffee in the last couple months. She just took it to being expired creamer.
And so you're gonna drink? You stupid.
Yeah. She was still like, she didn't go to like the boss and be like, hey, you know, my coffee
creamer
tastes kind of
expired.
weird. Is the creamer expired? Or, you know, I think we might need to, you know, switch creamer manufacturers or whatever.
Okay,
You know.
wait a minute. What kind of creamer are they using? First of all, that stuff is open like that. Now, how did he get access to either the cup or the creamer?
Oh no, he got access to the cup. Like, she was basically setting her cup down in her office.
Okay, when you're in a public place, office, and rinse that stuff out.
No, so she basically what
She
she would
left.
do, she'd go make her cup of joe. She would set it on her desk, you know, she'd take a couple drinks or whatever, and then she'd go take a shit, you know. I'm not saying she would go take a shit, but she would go do something
You
else.
don't leave your drink anywhere in public.
But it was in her own office.
I don't give two
I
fucks.
wouldn't think that, you know, my coffee would be contaminated if I have it in my
You
own
don't trust
office.
Nobody is safe when it comes to your drink or your food.
I understand that. You know, I agree with that, but I'm just saying I can understand why she would be like, you know, I didn't think I would have to
First time
take my
drink
coffee to the
starts
shitter with
tasting
me.
nasty like that, that would be a red sign going off.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of a red flag.
Okay, gaming news.
No, hold on before.
Yep,
we move on
gaming
to-
news. Finally.
We're almost done with this.
We need to
Don't
round
throw-
up.
God, what else for
No,
the
no,
local
we have-
Twinkies?
Just finishing this story. Basically, he had busted a nut in her coffee twice within the last 6 months, as well as on some of the stuff on her desk and other items. She actually, and this is another thing that pisses me off, this bitch picked up one of her scrunchies and noticed it was moist and didn't, like, do anything about it. She's like, oh, I don't, you know, something happened. Oh, well, you know. Like, basically, the dude jacked off with her fucking
You're gonna make me
scrunchie.
spew. Shut up.
Jacked off with her fucking scrunchie and left it there. And she just kind of, oh, well.
Something's wrong with him.
Something's wrong with her, too. Ain't
Something's
just his
wrong
fault. I mean, so I understand, you know, he definitely is a little fucked up in the head. But
With her scrunchie.
you're wearing one right now, aren't you?
Yes.
Oh, but yeah. She actually ended up catching him doing something funny in her office one of the times. And that's how he got caught, because basically he was like apparently turned around and like jerking it off or something like that, and she walked in and was like, what are you doing?
The kid said the
And then like he
smell of
ran
ball
out.
is
Yeah.
kind of a giveaway.
It was a quote here. He was like a deer in the headlights,
Yeah.
and he noticed him just quickly just left the room.
He's like, he just kind of left. But that's fucking terrible. It's amazing though, because I'm just like, God, I love America. Actually, was that in the U.S.? I think it was. I'm not 100% sure. Either way, I think it's still pretty funny. So let's go ahead and move into gaming news.
Yes, please. please.
Pokey,
I'll
you
put
put
robot on
one in the
this
chat as we started. If you want to go ahead and go over that one.
All right, okay then. So it's I recently found this out actually during the day in the UK. Angry Birds is having a movie produced by Sony, which is coming out in 2016.
Mm-hmm. I remember hearing
And
about this.
it's animation, and just
I would hope it
recently-
wouldn't be funny. Watch it end up being like freaking. They try to do live action.
Oh yeah, like they do with the Smurfs and other things like that. But yeah, basically, there was an event going on where if you played the game and you got a certain amount of hits overall, they'd unlock a picture kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a picture right there on the article, and I'm not bothered about a film coming out for this game. It's the
Mhm.
cast that I'm not too happy with. Having a supporting role is the two guys from Smosh,
Oh,
and I
Which-
personally don't like those people. And
What's his name?
I don't
Oh
either,
yeah, Ian and Anthony.
yeah,
I
Um,
don't know them people.
Yeah, they're
And
pretty
it's
big
like-
on YouTube. Yeah.
yeah, and it just says on the press release, it promotes them as entertainers in a sense. It says they have over 300 million hits.
They're
So,
talking about views. Yeah,
it's
I
like-
wouldn't doubt it. I mean, they
I
have
just-
a lot of channels. I think they have like 3 or 4 channels. So out of all
I
of them, yeah.
I just wouldn't class them as actors in any way whatsoever. So it's one of those things where I don't like musicians and just random people just jumping into movies.
Well, I would say, okay, so I would understand what you were talking about if it was live action, but seeing as this is it's all voice acting,
Yeah.
I can understand how that could be okay, because I could do it, anybody
yeah.
could do it, I mean, it doesn't really take all that much kind of a talent. As long as you can read a script and pronunciate, you're pretty good, I mean, of course, it does, if they want you to
Well,
do
well,
certain
that-
voices and stuff like that, I can understand, yeah, but, I mean...
Yeah.
Like I
No,
even see
these
some
guys-
people from Game of Thrones. Apparently, I don't watch the show. Sadly, sorry,
Peter
everybody.
Dinklage. It's the he was in X-Men: Days of Future Past as the Senator Trask. He's the the little small dude.
Oh, that dude! I actually just watched that last night. I just watched Days of Future Past last night. It was
So
good.
it's got an interesting cast. So,
Um,
but I guess
Josh Gad.
from
Yeah,
Frozen.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm from 21.
Yeah, I mean, I've got no issue with it. I mean, I guess it's good for them, because it kind of gets them off our back. like
Yeah.
for Epic Mealtime, like as well as them. Like I don't know if they necessarily closing their YouTube channel or not. But I I know they got their own TV show, so they're kind of moving on to greener pastures. So I guess it's just kind of like for me, I think of it as that's more room for us. Especially being how big Smosh is. Smosh is such a giant, like thing. It's not just it's not just Ian and Anthony anymore. It's the actual full on fucking team.
Yeah.
So if they move on to greener pastures, that's just more opening space for one of us to slip into it. And as long as they do a good job, fuck it. I mean,
I just don't find them entertaining in any way. I find
oh,
them silly.
I hate them. I think their content is
I-
complete dog shit. But I mean,
I think it's silly and immature.
I don't find it funny, and I find a lot of immature things funny. Like their immaturity just doesn't get me. I guess it doesn't.
There's this to the point where the actor retarded in a lot of their videos.
Yeah, I don't like them, and I guess Akasha doesn't have anything to say on it because she doesn't know who they are.
I don't.
Robot, do you know who Smoshes?
Mm-hmm.
And what's your
I do
feelings
indeed.
towards them? And I guess your feelings towards this entire thing.
I think they're kind of dead. Angry Birds,
No, Angry Birds is.
like the genre is kind of dead.
Yeah.
So the movie I don't think is gonna get that much attention toward it when
Well,
it comes out.
related to Angry Birds, they recently released a new game, which I have no idea what it is, but I think it's for the female audience with the pink bird that got introduced at some point. And it's not exactly the Angry Birds concept where you're slinging the birds. I think it's like some sort of other different genre of game. But with the film coming out in 2016, I was surprised they weren't sticking to what they already do, which is animated shorts, which are quite quirky and fun. So I was surprised they didn't do something more of a full-length version of that instead of going ahead with the CGI format.
And actually, having people,
Yes,
voice acting and stuff like that. And,
because all it was in the animated shorts, which is still ongoing, I think. They're all
The
like,
only time I ever played Angry Birds was like if I couldn't go to sleep at night in the dark, I would play Angry Birds till I got sleepy.
yeah.
So I'm actually I just looked up how many games that they have Angry Birds related. So we have Angry Birds Space, Bad Piggies, Angry Birds Go, Angry Birds Space HD, Angry Birds Friends, Angry Birds Star Wars 2, Angry Birds, Angry Birds Seasons, Angry Birds Star Wars, and Angry Birds Stella, which is the one that you were talking about.
Yeah, that's the new one, it's a spinner.
So yeah, I mean, I do believe that they're kind of beating the dead horse, I guess you could say.
They are, because before the Stella game came out, they recently released Angry Birds Epic, which is an RPG format, an RPG game. And
is that mobile?
Yo, sorry?
Is it mobile?
Mobile, yes, it's for iOS and stuff. It's just a simple like tap and touch sort of thing.
I might try that.
And then they're also
I just had that. Oops. Go ahead, sorry.
The Angry Birds Go is a racing game, and then they've recently moved into another franchise now with Angry Birds Transformers. I don't know if you've seen that. So,
it doesn't even pop that one up.
Yeah, Angry Birds Transformers is their latest franchise that they're jumping into. So
I mean, if they can make people stupid enough to buy it, go on ahead. I mean, you're taking advantage of the consumer, and their love for the franchise. I did enjoy Angry Birds when it first came out. I thought it was amazing. I thought it was really like innovative and stuff like that because there wasn't many Android or iOS or mobile games, at least phone based that I was like into, and Angry Birds was awesome. But as I said, I think they're kind of just beating the fucking dead horse now. They're just trying to make as much money off of it until they realize that they can't really do all that much.
yeah.
But I mean, I don't know if they were able to get people that are literally from like movie franchises and stuff like that, like actual big big time people, regardless of whether Smosh is included in that or not. Jason, I don't know how to pronounce his name, was someone from Saturday Night Live, which I know a lot of these are from Saturday Night Live,
Yeah.
But, if they can get people like this into it, then it may have a chance. But at the same time, there's a lot of movies that have really good actors in it that suck butthole.
So Sony's probably putting a lot of money into this as they do with a lot of their films, and they'll just turn out bad. I mean, look what they put Katy Perry in Smurfs.
I didn't watch a Smurfs movie.
I didn't watch it either, but Katy Perry was in it, and it's like, well, she's a singer.
Wait a minute,
so...
Wait a minute, Katy Perry was in Smurfs?
She played the female Smurf.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know.
In the live action movie.
I did not notice. Huh.
Yep. I mean, like I said, I think they're just kind of like, but this isn't just an issue with with Angry Birds. There's a lot of franchises that they're doing this with. Lord of the Rings, I honestly thought that was kind of how they were going with it when they announced the Hobbit movies. I thought, I was like, God, like, just leave it alone. Leave the franchise alone. It was great. It ended good. Okay, leave it alone. And I was proven wrong, The Hobbit movies are fucking amazing.
Yes, they are.
Another franchise, and this one pisses me off because Sam, of course, didn't, because Sam's our movie guru. He knows like when movies are coming out because he's a movie whore and goes out.
Yes, he does.
To the midnight release every single movie that he enjoys, and he goes back like 3 or 4 times to watch it in theater. And I'm like, why? I don't understand that. Sorry, my nose is just. what was it? Harry Potter. Apparently, there's a new trilogy of Harry Potter coming out. I'm
There
like,
is.
no,
Based
fuck
on the
you.
yeah, it's based on the books, the new book by J.K. Rowling, which is based on the mythical creatures and the other universe or whatever.
Oh,
It's still in the same universe. And Daniel Radcliffe's reprising his role.
Reprising, what does that mean?
He's coming back as Harry Potter, Daniel Radcliffe.
And see, that's where I'm just like, stop. Like, I love Harry Potter. Okay, I grew up on Harry Potter. I love every single one of the movies. Fuck off. Don't, because usually, like, when they try to come back and they try to make
if they
more
would
of
have
something.
just stuck with the like the mythical creatures part, then, but he's trying to come back too.
Yeah, I haven't read the books because I don't. It's not my personal thing. I watched the movies and I didn't like them really. But no, I assumed that it was just purely based on the mythical creatures and the rest of the universe and the world. And then obviously because it's coming out in film, just advertising it as that wouldn't really get it out there. So obviously they're shoving in Daniel Radcliffe as Harry Potter, just probably for the sake of the movie.
Yeah.
But then again, I
for the
haven't
sake of
read the
sales,
book.
basically.
Yeah, because I haven't read the book, so I don't know if it appears in it or not. But I assume it'd just be a cameo. But then they're gonna probably screenwrite it as a full-fledged role, so that it's better for selling and marketing.
And another franchise that just popped into my head is Fast and the Furious. Fast and the Furious was
I never
amazing.
got into that. I never got into that.
I thought Fast and
Yeah, I
Furious
haven't
was
seen
great. And like,
I've
are
actually
they moving
never
like
seen it.
8 now or some shit? I'm just like, stop. Like, okay.
6.
No, it ain't 6. It's more than 6.
No, it was 6. I thought it was 6. I thought the
there's a-
last
there's-
one was 6.
No, there's a new one coming out.
Oh
Thanks.
God! Oh, see, I never got into it.
I haven't seen the series. and I
Didn't
know
like
they've
that
got
guy
another
die
series.
that was in it though?
Yes,
Paul.
that's so they postponed the filming for it. But the problem I have with it is I wanted to get into the series, but then halfway through it stops from being a racing franchise to a heist franchise, where they're
Yeah.
all whipping out guns and robbing banks, and it's like, what's that got to do with High Drift?
Yeah. Like, okay, so I still like the story, but I think they should just leave it. It's kind of like, as I said, they're beating a dead horse here. They're just kind of like trying to get as much money out of what they can as possible, and I'm just like, stop. Like, it's good where it was at. Just leave it, Make a new IP. It's really not, I mean, it is pretty hard to do, but it's just like, you're gonna ruin it if you don't. Like, you're gonna end up ruining our childhood, you fucking assholes. So stop it!
Your childhood is over. White man. It's
I
over.
don't give a damn.
It's over.
Speaking
sweetie.
of movies, actually, apparently, guess what other video game related thing is getting a movie?
What?
Tetris.
Oh, that.
Probably Minecraft.
Why?
No, I think Minecraft
it's
there was
Tetris.
already.
Minecraft's already in the works anyway. They're still doing that.
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't pay on
Really?
a Minecraft
There's
movie.
actually a movie for that?
I know
They're
how
working
the hell.
on it, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be like some sort of live action sort.
So yeah, even if movie adaptations of games haven't been all well received by gamers, that's not stopping the Threshold Entertainment from making a live-action movie based on the 80s puzzle game Tetris. Yep, you read that right. There's a movie being made based on an oddly formed shapes falling down to form a straight line.
Yeah.
So there's no director that's been announced yet, or there's no actors or anything like that. But
The story will be it's an apocalyptic world where there's an apocalypse happening and there's falling blocks from the sky. And that's just a guess there, but they'll probably have to neatly line it up into a single box to stop it. There can be no plot from a game that's just so simple and basic.
the simplicity of the game, you can't make a story out of that.
It's not like Angry Birds where you can give the characters
Yeah,
personality.
because there's no
You can't do it.
characters. You got fucking, as you said, oddly formed shapes. You
Oh my
can't. Like,
god.
oh my god! I can't wait for this to either fall on its face before release or be released. Not go to theaters, of course. Go straight to DVD because this. I hope
Yeah.
this don't come out in theaters.
I'm waiting for PewDiePie to voice act the Blue Block.
Dude, it. Oh my god! It's just.
On fire.
It's ridiculous, dude. I don't understand it.
They're working on a film on another video game, Qbert. The little guy who goes up the isometric squares, hopping up and down.
Yeah, I remember Hubert.
That one's in the works as well by Sony.
You know what? They need to stop. They just need to stop.
Sony's jumping on everything. There's a Sonic the Hedgehog movie, live action, 2 possibly in the works by Sony. That was confirmed a while back. So Sony are just jumping on anything. They're even doing some American sweets, which I can't remember the name, but they're doing a product like a film on an American sweets. So yeah, they're just jumping on anything.
Oh yeah, because I did remember hearing that Sony's not doing so hot in anything that's not gaming related. Basically TVs, anything. Yeah,
they even got a channel. They have a channel, Sony channel, movie channel.
Yeah, they're not doing so hot, so that's why they're jumping on the bandwagon for everything, because they're trying to make as much money as they can before they fall on their ass. And basically have to rely on the PlayStation.
But they're into spending more money than they gonna make.
Well, that's definitely something that could happen. I don't know. So as you guys may have known, China had a 13-year ban on video game consoles. And earlier this year, they lifted this ban. Basically, allowed Microsoft and Sony to sell the consoles in China. And the Xbox One sold 10,000 units on the first day of that release.
That says 100,000 units there.
Oh, 100,000. Wow, thanks. Yeah, 100,000 units. My bad. So yeah, that's cool. I mean, that's. I think it's kind of stupid that they had a ban on it.
And that's what I was gonna ask. Why did they have a ban?
Well, China still has a ban on YouTube.
Yeah.
Really?
They have a ban on a lot of things. They're a lot stricter than the U.S.
They're very strict culture.
And I think it's honestly because of the fact that, as we were talking about earlier, the influence that American culture has on other countries and others' youth is fucking poison. So they don't want to have that poison.
Well, I think they just like to hold everybody by a damn chokehold, because I know certain places they can't even have cell phones with internet access.
That's what I'm saying. And that's the reason. Well, at least that's what my, I thought of the reason is because of the fact that they are afraid, because the internet has a lot of American influence, a lot of American, I guess, type stuff. A lot of YouTube and all that kind of stuff. That they're just afraid of. The youth of China coming American. I don't fucking know. I understand why they would do it. I don't necessarily agree with it. But I'm glad that they took the ban off, because I think gamers should be able to play video games. And, I think it's kind of stupid that you can't buy a console in your respective country because, the government tells you to fuck off. And then I don't know. I guess, I could understand if in China they didn't know anything about video games, and, they were like, okay, we're just going to keep it hush so no one knows. And then, they're not missing anything, but it's not like that, People in China know about video games, and it's kind of like teasing, because they know people in other countries actually have access to these awesome things.
Is it
and
the whole all of China?
It was all of China.
Yeah, it's the whole country of China. Yeah.
But they can still play on a PC.
Yeah, they can still import consoles and stuff. It's just a case of there's just no access to them within China. It's the same as YouTube.
You can't sell, like a vendor like GameStop or something. Well, GameStop doesn't fucking exist, I guess. Okay, so Walmart, in China cannot sell an Xbox One or an Xbox 360 or a gaming console of any kind until earlier this year. So yeah, that's good. If you were able to, they got the ban lifted and they're able to make some money off of, the Chinese market, and that's good. I'm glad that there's more gamers in the family, I guess. I don't know. So we got another Assassin's Creed story, which I haven't looked over at all because I was angry. Ubisoft.
I haven't heard about it yet, but
yeah, I haven't either.
I'll have an interesting discussion on this.
Ubisoft just soft launched a new Assassin's Creed game. Okay.
I assume it's for mobile.
Yes, it is mobile. From what
Like
I'm guessing.
They did a pirates one, didn't
Why? I have no idea. I haven't read it yet. Why? You have so many fucking games coming out within the next like 3 months. I love Assassin's Creed. I can't play them all. Stop it.
I'm still on the third one.
Stop it.
So, no spoilers, but I'm still on the third one.
Yeah. So like, okay, so we have
played the
Rogue.
one I got free off Xbox.
We got Assassin's Creed Rogue that's coming out. Sometime November, I think. I guess November 11th. I think, unless they move the date, which I don't know. Assassin's Creed Unity, which is coming out. I know it is coming out on the 11th of November, which has another game attached to it, which is Assassin's Creed. What was it called? Chronicles China. It's like, come on, guys. I understand that Ubisoft's a big country, and, you know, Ubisoft has different studios within itself. You know, you have Ubisoft Montreal, Ubisoft Quebec, and, you know, other studios are working on the game. But come on! I can't buy them all!
The why they did there's Assassin's Creed Rogue and Unity is because Rogue is for
Rogue is
the
for
previous
360
generation consoles. So that's why they're doing it. They're showing it so the previous generation can still access a game from the series. That's why they're doing that. So they're milking the franchise in doing that.
Well, I understand that, and that's where, like, I'm just, like, pissed off because,
Yeah, I would be as well, because I've got to get that game and then I've got to move on to the Xbox One, which is, you know, it's an inevitable thing. I've got to purchase it at some time down the line. But the mobiles, I don't forgive them for the mobile device games because it's just a mobile.
Yeah, I mean, like, okay, so if it was mobile, as in, like, handheld console, like, if it was, like, a PSP, Vita, or what's it called? Nintendo DS, I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
You know, that's okay.
I wouldn't, yeah, because that's a handheld.
Yeah, that's
but,
okay.
You know, this is
But
for iOS, so it'll do even worse than Liberate.
Stop throwing a fucking handheld! This right here, this phone, I mean, I have a decent phone. You know, it's not necessarily the most powerful thing. You know, it's not a Galaxy S5 or a fucking iPhone 6. But I don't want to play my video games on this, people.
Yeah, I have a Sony Ericsson Xperia, but it's an old one, so it's an Android, and I can't play full-fledged games on it. But I don't want to anyway. All I use it for is for messaging and calling.
Yeah, it's like I use this for everything that I do for YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, all that kind of stuff. I don't want to play video games on it.
Yeah, like
I want to play Angry Birds. That's
A
it.
few apps that I do like playing on the phone that my phone doesn't like. I use the Android emulator, so you play it on the PC if it's that serious.
But I'm just like, okay, why new Assassin's Creed game? Fuck you! Like, okay, so
it's a full-fledged game. It's not like the game that came out based on the Black Flag one, Pirate one. That game was more of a actual iOS like Android game. It was very free to play like. But this one's a full-fledged game. I'm just looking at the trailer now.
Yeah, I'm reading the article. So out today in Australia and New Zealand, gameplay reports that Assassin's Creed Identity is a free portable game for iOS due for release full release in 2015. The game itself you fucking article. Hold on, sorry guys. Like IGN is a douche and there we go. For Identity is a downloadable game for iOS due for full release in 2015. The game itself allows players to pick their own assassin out of a choice of 4 and take on the streets of what appears to be Italy. Of the 4 classes, there is the big man, the berserker. The shadow blade has the ability to throw knives and drop smoke bombs. The trickster utilizes the disguise as confusion, while the thief can blind and pickpocket. There's the usual Assassin's Creed parkour elements here too. They're all achieved through touchscreen. Tap on the screen to start running. Tap on a nearby edge to vault upwards, and so on. According to the video, objectives revolve around the city, around chasing down guards, defeating groups of enemies, backstabbing anything that moves, completing an objective, and player and all that. I just like, come on.
Yeah. It's basically Assassin's Creed 1 on the iOS, and it's free to play, so below production value. You're going to be replaying the same missions. Or kill this guy, go kill this guy as a different guy. You've got to kill that one as well. then chase after this. It's exactly what happened in Assassin's Creed 1.
Mhm.
It'll be just replaying the game over and over again. And it's free to play, and they've made there's 4 different classes to choose from, as opposed to the assassin in the actual main series, who can do everything.
Mhm.
So,
I mean,
it's for select audiences, really. Like, the major Assassin's Creed fans won't get this unless they're absolutely die-hard fans.
okay, and I am a diehard fan. It's my second favorite franchise of all time. But if it doesn't have a story, I'm not gonna fucking play it. Like, if it's just like how because at least in Assassin's Creed 1 you had a story. It built up to Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood and Revelations, and it had some kind of intertwining story that intrigued you in it.
This
If this doesn't have that, I'm not gonna play it. I'm not gonna play it, and I can't play it anyway unless they ported it on fucking Android. That's another thing.
It's coming out for Android.
It does. Well, when I read it, it didn't say that it was coming out for Android.
iOS/Android. Where did I get that from? Where did it say that?
Yeah, because I just read iOS.
It's on the actual video. Android/iOS
Okay.
HD gameplay. It won't have a plot because it'll be simple, like still images of character stock art, like poses, and it'll just have text below, and it probably won't even have voice acting in it.
I don't know, guys. I'm just like, why do you do this? Just give us a fucking, like, you already have Assassin's Creed Unity coming out, Rogue coming out. That's good enough. That's a good enough feel for me. Honestly, I don't even want 2 games out. Honestly, I only want Unity coming out. I don't give a shit about Rogue. And
Yeah.
the only reason I don't care about Rogue, not just because it's for last gen, because as you guys know, I'm a PC gamer, so it doesn't fucking matter either way. I don't like the story plot that they're putting in this, because they're making it you're being a Templar, from what I understand. And I don't want to play as a Templar. I want to play as an assassin, because it's called Assassin's Creed, not Templar Creed. Which I know there is, the story will explain, all that kind of stuff. But there's too many coming out.
There is.
Stop it.
There's one coming out every year, but then they get 2 this year. Understandable, it's for different consoles, so it's based on which console you have.
Mm-hmm.
But for myself, like you, we'll go through all the Assassin's Creed games in the series. I still am on halfway through Assassin's Creed 3. Then I'll have to move on to Black Flag, which I heard is a long game because of the gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have to move on to this one, Rogue. And then from Rogue, when I get an Xbox One, I'd be moving on to Unity. So
yeah. I don't know, guys. Like, it's just frustrating. Like, they I see them making the mistakes that other as we were talking about earlier. They're milking the franchise, and I'm just like, stop. Just stop doing it. Like, there's really no reason for you to do this. Like, if you want to, you have a diehard audience. Why are you doing this to us? Why? I don't understand it.
To
Don't
milk
cry.
out,
It's okay.
to bankrupt us.
Yeah, right? Like,
It's okay.
That's like about £40, $50 for you guys, and it's just
no, it's gonna be 60 here.
60. Well, there you go. Then yeah, it's double that for 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of
120.
money.
Well, and that's the thing. Only if, because I can't remember which one of them, but I think Rogue isn't coming on PC, or it hasn't been confirmed to be on PC, so I won't be playing it anyway. So,
Yeah.
But I think that is going to be it for the Uncontrolled podcast for this week. So what is everybody going to be doing this next week? Anything on either the Twitch channel or on the community channel?
I still did I upload? I didn't upload. Shit, I didn't upload today's video. I don't think. I have my Call of Duty Modern Warfare mini-series on the Spec Ops coming out next week. It'll be continuing. And then I have some future updates, which I uploaded an update video today.
Mm-hmm.
So you can check that out.
Yes, sir. Kasha, what about you?
I'm planning on doing a little something with the new Oregon Trail
Oh yeah, I remember you talking.
with everybody's names in it, and it'd be funny to see how everybody dies and stuff. And I plan on going down my Steam list and playing, giving some of my games some gameplay.
And then maybe uploading your opinion about them or something.
No, I'm not uploading no damn opinion about it.
No, I mean
I'll upload
basically
some
uploading some gameplay that you capture from your stream or whatever to the channel, basically, you know, I guess maybe parts where you're talking about how shitty the game is or how great it is.
No.
She's like, I ain't trying to do all that.
No, I'm not. No.
'Cause
I'll play and you know, upload stuff. Like, I still got a series, like, when we went on to the Hypixel server,
mhm.
I still need to cut those up, and I got a whole lot of those left. And
She's got a lot of shit to put up,
yes,
basically.
and yeah, I got a backlog.
Yeah, and I do as well. I have, as you guys know, I do the Dishonored series. It's been hard to actually make the videos public because I've been partnered for over a year now on my channel, and I have scheduled uploads. So it's been so like easy to just kind of like schedule, you know, it up and just do it that way. And since we don't have that with the community channel, it's been hard for me to remember. Oh shit,
Yeah.
it's 1 o'clock. I need to make the video fucking live.
That's the hardest part.
That is
Yeah.
the hardest part. But we hopefully will be within the next couple months getting partnered with Hallway Maker Studios or Maker Gen or whatever the fuck you want to call them, RPM. And this will, of course, just be temporary. Just basically what we're planning on doing is I'm going to be adding them to my contract that I have right now. And then when we get, like, basically get bigger and we make the decision that, well, the alphas make the decision, you know, if we want to move to a different network or something like that. Basically, the only reason we're trying to get partnered right now is because we want scheduled uploads, because it makes everybody's life a ton easier. You guys actually get content out when it's supposed to be coming out and all that kind of shit. So,
Well, now I'm glad I did the little partner thing with YouTube just for the scheduling.
yeah.
For me, anyway.
Honestly,
You know, I
we
don't
may
need-
we may end up doing that. We may just be may just try to get a little partnership with YouTube, or something like that too.
Yeah,
that
because
way
you can unpartner from them.
Yeah. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Also, if you guys did not know, we do this live on twitch.tv /uncontrolledgamers every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern, or 8 p.m.
No,
Central.
8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern.
That's what I said.
No, you didn't. But okay.
So, yeah. Also, like I said, On Fire will be back next week, more than likely, and we're probably going to be changing out some of the guests. We'll probably put, you know, I'll probably see if we can get Panda to come back, a friend of mine, as well as Akasha's, Mad Kills, basically she's a moderator for me, maybe joining us next week as well. She was supposed to join us tonight, but she couldn't due to prior engagements, but, you know, what can you do?
We
So,
need more boobage.
so thank you guys so much for watching, and we will catch you guys next week.
See ya.
Peace!
See ya.